Well, hello and welcome. I want to show you how I'm going to watercolor this little pen and ink drawing I did with my Sailor refillable nib with my waterproof ink. So these are the colors I'll be using. They're all along here. So let's begin to paint. This is Bloodstone Genuine from Daniel Smith. It has not had time to dry out in this little pan, so it's pretty juicy right now. Sometimes I let my paint really dry out before I start painting, but I could not wait to start using these colors. So this is the Aussie Red Gold, also by Daniel Smith. I'm just kind of playing around with mixing the two colors together. And now I want to do I think I want to do like a monotone painting. Just playing around with nothing in particular. I really love this ink. It dries pretty quick on the paper, and it does not smudge when you get it wet, so it really is waterproof. Just playing around with some watercolor texture. I'm gonna drop some water in by tapping my brush. Just play around with it. Let's drop some of this color in too. And now I'm going to play around with adding some shadows with this wet on wet. Doing some dark areas. Just playing around. Not too concerned about saving all my light areas, because that can give me the opportunity to play around with lifting colors of the paint too. And if need be, I do have some white gouache. Let's add a touch of the Perylene Red to this mix. So I added a touch of my red to the Aussie Gold Red to really show the tack off of a slightly different color. And I'm just letting it ooze and bleed and do its thing because it's watercolors and the paper's still pretty wet. Let's make this guy a little bit more reddish brown. Just playing around with a limited palette. So a limited palette is anytime you have a limited amount of colors to paint with. So right now I've only used 3 colors for this painting. Plus, you know, my ink, of course. some water here. I should have put down the paper a little bit with my clips to hold it down, but that's okay. Use some more of just this really dark color in his mane. And his tail. So this has dried a little bit, still a little damp, but we're going to keep on painting. Get some more of my Aussie Red Gold, a smidge of the red. I really like this Aussie Red Gold with a little bit of the Perylene Red. It really makes it just a little bit more red and really makes it pop. Gonna work on his mane a little bit more. His tail. Give him some dark legs. Blend it out with a damp, clean brush, just softening the edges. Adding some shadow. The paintbrush I'm using today is by Sarah Byrne Studio and the Craftamo collaboration. This is the size 12. It comes with a really nice point. So the color of horse I'm painting is pretty much a bay horse. And a bay horse is a brown horse with black mane and tail. decided you need to be a little bit darker to really make him stand out from the background. You don't have to have 7 or 14 different colors to do a painting. Honestly, I probably didn't even have to add the red to the Aussie Red Gold, but I wanted to. A little bit more of a Bloodstone Genuine. Gonna make this shadow here a little more obvious shadow. Really ground the horse. Now he reminds me of like a Gouache, which is a really cool color in itself. I'm gonna add some more this guy. Really darken his mane and his tail. There's a smidge more color to his hooves. A little shadow definition to his fetlocks. And now I'm going to use some white gouache, which I happen to have in the lid of this tin. Let's give some highlights. So I use white gouache instead of white watercolors because gouache is opaque and watercolor is traditionally transparent. So if I really want to layer in some white, I definitely use gouache. And the gouache I use, I can even let it dry out and then start using it with a little bit of water, and it works just as good as almost straight out of a tube. I mean, it might take a little bit to get it more reactivated, but overall it's really good. I can even go over this white gouache with my ink pen if I want to later. Let's give this guy a little highlight in his eye again. And then little white highlights for the conchos, the tack, and the macate rope. So this big paintbrush can do these little tiny details too, which is really kind of amazing. It's all about your pressure control with your paintbrush. Almost forgot a spot on the tapaderos for the little conchos. Here's a little shoe fly. Let's give him a little bit of white on his face. A little star and a little snip. Rinse my brush, and I'm going to get some more of his color, because I realize his ears, it's just a pen and ink, so I want to paint some of this dark color in. There we go. Let's do a little bit more down here, because I'm thinking of making this into a greeting card. So I want a little bit of extra around the edges, so that when I make it, I can have, it's called a bleed, so it's like overlap of color that the printers will cut out. Kind of knowing what you have in mind for your art can help sometimes. Let's get a little bit on my brush, some water. Tap, tap, tap. Blend that out. I don't like it there. There we go. And I'm going to rinse my brush and get a little bit more white gouache to go over some of the areas just a little bit more to really bring them out. Oops, touch the wet area. There we go. Touch the back up later. Yeah, he's looking good. I hope this video has inspired you along your watercolor painting journey. Just something fun. It doesn't have to be super in-depth and detailed. This is just playing around with some of my new Daniel Smith extra fine watercolors that I ordered recently from Jackson's Art Supply. So if you shop at jacksonsarts.com, I would love for you to use the link in the description for this video, because I am an affiliate for Jackson's, and when you shop with my link and buy something, I get a little money back, and I can use that towards buying more art supplies. And if you enjoyed watching this video, I would love for you to give it a little thumbs up like. That helps YouTube know that you are enjoying these videos. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.